Hi, everyone. This is Tiffany, your host, owner, and creator of The Mix. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed thus far. Thank you to all my viewers, all my subscribers, all my day one. Just thank you wholeheartedly. Thank you. Thank you for those who have been engaging in the comment sections as well on the various videos and topics up for discussion on my channel, The Mix. The Mix. I'm still kind of a little under the weather, but I just wanted to hop on here really quickly to just go over, just sort of do a recap on Tory Lanez. Yes, this is like a recap of Tory Lanez. I'm gonna go down, run through his attorneys and his sentencing date, and just touch on some things that I came across as I was doing some research, for my commentary and my reaction on his post trial process, which is emotions and appeals. So, okay, we have it, whereas Tory Lanez, yes, he was convicted in December, end of December, and he has now hired, um, to my knowledge and understanding, three attorneys for his appeals case. And a couple of them are very high profile, very high profile. And if you go back to my videos on each attorney, because I like to do a little digging on attorneys. And as I stated before, for anyone, if you're looking to hire counsel for any type of litigations, negotiations, do your due diligence. I mean, hey, we have the internet, we have Google. Some things you might have to cross reference, but that's okay. Go into the different legal websites to see what's their rating, look at the reviews. Heck, Google has attorney reviews as well. You can go into Yelp. I think Yelp has attorney reviews. Also, just check their credentials. Check their credentials through the ARDC, which is the Attorney Registration Disciplinary Committee. Each state, I believe, has one, and I went over that too in another video as well when I went over the credentials of these attorneys, their background, their credentials, their clientele. So it's just all this information is out here, but it's just like, they work for you. You're hiring them to represent you. So they need to go to bat for you. I wish Tory Lanez would have kind of really just considered who his legal team was originally, because that really matters. It really matters from day one. Nevertheless, so this is a recap video, you guys, and I hope your Saturday is going well. Um, and let me get right to it. Okay, we have Math, not Matthew. We have David Kenner. I'm going to start off with David Kenner. David Kenner is a high profile attorney. He was pretty much Snoop Dogg's attorney. Got Snoop Dogg off many years ago. He pretty much was like in-house counsel for Death Row Records when that record label, well, it still exists, but back then when Tupac was alive and it's and that. So David Kenner, he knows his way around the courtroom, and I think he's in his 80s now. And I'm not saying that he is not competent to lead this appeals case for Tory Lane, but he's older, and he did add a couple other powerful attorneys to the roster for Tory Lanez. But yeah, so David Kenner, high profile attorney, boom. Then we have Jose Baez, another high profile attorney. Yes. We also have Jose Baez. He represented, remember, Casey Anthony. He represented, I think, what's the Hernandez guy? Yeah, the one who himself off to self, and he used to play. He was a huge NFL star, but he represented him as well, although that didn't go well. But still, Jose Baez, he has had, he's had high profile clients, and he's know his way around the courtroom and all of that. So, and then finally we have Matthew Barhoma. Yes, Matthew Barhoma. That's the young cat, the young cat added to the roster, and something stuck out to I saw an article. Something stuck out to me in page 6 article. about Matthew, and I have it here on my slideshow too. If you can see it. Yeah, Matthew Bahama. I'm gonna stop this. It says last week, and this article was excerpt from this article was from January, early January 2023. It said last week it was announced that Lanes had retained Los Angeles appellate and litigation lawyer Matthew Barhoma, who, according to a press release sent to Page Six, is known for his success in vacating convictions for numerous defendants who faced wrongful and overzealous prosecutors and unjust charges. Boom, Matthew Barhoma. Wow, this is really big. This is really good. So Matthew Bahama, he's that guy. He's that guy. He gets into he goes out into the field and he really advocates for defendants who have been wrongly prosecuted or overzealous prosecutors. You know, just so you guys know how it is, how it could be. Well, some of you may know, but I mean, it's out here. I'm just being transparent. Um, Sometimes prosecutors are overzealous. Sometimes prosecutors, they it's wrongful convictions. You know, just even initiating, like, i.e., Bill Cosby, just even initiating charges that it should not have been initiated. Against Mr. Bill Cosby. So Matthew Bahama is that guy, and like I said, he's a young cat too. So, and he's in the field, at the ground level doing this. So, just imagine his expertise, skills added to Tory Lanez's appeals team. That's a plus. That's a notch. So, and then there was also an excerpt from Page Six. Jose Baez, he was added again alongside with David Kenner and Matthew Barhoma to the Tory Lanez case. This excerpt basically states the high-powered lawyer told TMZ that he wished he had come in sooner to represent Lanez, noting that he thought there was some procedural errors that took place during the trial. And remember, I told you guys, go to my previous videos, go to the videos, in my or go to some of my shorts with videos attached to that. Just go to my previous videos posted and published about procedures and about color inside the lines. My R. Kelly videos. I speak about that in a previous Tory Lanez video. I speak about that, and then the videos about the attorney's credentials. I speak about that as well. Yeah, color inside the lines, and you can't, like I said, you can't win. You can't win playing dirty. So if you're a prosecutor, or DA, state's attorney, you have to color inside the lines. And does that happen all the time? Coloring inside the line? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't care if it's intentional or unintentional. You're setting the stage for a strong appeal. You have to follow the rules. And yes, the defendant is, if convicted, and will have to spend some time in prison fighting this. However, you have to color inside the lines. And when it comes to procedural errors, that's a big thing. That's a big thing with the appeals courts. So, yeah, that's that. Yeah, procedure errors that, what did he say, that errors that took place during the trial. And meanwhile, his former attorney says it's an appeals lawyer's job to look for trial errors in order for their client to be tried again. So yeah, and usually if there's errors and a judge rules that for a new trial, sometimes, more than likely, and I'm not going to say this because it's not absolute, it's not exact, it's not fact. And like I said, sometimes when a judge determines that a new trial should be granted, sometimes the prosecutors don't even want to go through it. And then they'll just drop everything. And the person goes free. But as you can see with the Bill Cosby case, when there was I think a hung jury the first time, and they went back around. I just knew that they weren't going to go after Bill Cosby again, but they did. They did, and they ended up getting a conviction. So to me, originally he should not have been charged. And I'm just referencing the Bill Cosby case, and this is just my opinion and commentary in reaction to all of this. But yeah, I originally, like I stated before, Bill Cosby should not have been tried. But okay, they went ahead and charged him or whatever, and I think that it was a hung jury, and then uh, um, they went back around and charged him again the second time around, and then ended up getting a conviction. So I would just think, and although that's not really the same thing as a judge, basically stating there's errors, it's a new trial because that was determined, of course, by a jury. The jury, it was this hung jury or something like that. But it's sort of similar in that sense, And usually, when it says okay, a new trial, if the judge determines a new trial is granted, the defendant, the state DA, the prosecutors have a decision to make. Are they going to go ahead and prosecute the person again? Again. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on here really quickly and just go over the Tory Lanez. We got three great attorneys added to his team. His Pills case, Jose Baez, Casey Anthony's former attorney, and she was acquitted or got found not guilty in her case. That was a big case, big high profile case. We have David Kenner, of course, the veteran. Snoop Dogg, he got Snoop Dogg off. That was a big case. He pretty much represented Death Row Records. He was in-house counsel for Death Row. Just go ahead and just do your research. This information is all out there. So he has decades of experience in the courtroom and all of that. And then we have Matthew Berhoma, the young cats. He's in the field. He prides himself on he prides himself on going up against the machine and fighting for those wrongly convicted or overzealous prosecutors. So in having convictions vacating, he's been very successful at doing so. So this is really big. This is really big. I hope everything works out for Tory Lanez. I really do believe there were tons of errors during trial, especially on the prosecutor's end. Basically, and I didn't follow every single thing with Tory Lane's trial, but the what I did pick up on is like it seems like there was something going on with that witness, the guy who I guess this incident happened outside of his home. So it just seems like one minute he was saying one thing and then all of a sudden he did a full 360, so it just didn't make any sense to me. And then I didn't understand the part two in the Tory Lanez case where as Kelsey, it's alleged that Kelsey, the friend of the victim, she of the alleged victim, she basically no one had interviewed her for I think what 2 years. This case was going on like the going back, no one had interviewed her or um, officially on the record, until September, and that's when she pretty much did a 360, I guess, when it came to court, her testifying. So she said one thing in September on record officially. This is all alleged because again, I didn't follow this like to the exact to the T. I didn't follow this day by day, put it like that. And so when it came time for her to testify. It's like okay, her whole story changed, and she pled the fifth. It's like she pretty much didn't really say much. She pled the fifth, and it's just like her story kind of contradicted what was said back on the record in September. And so I just didn't understand why would any judge allow the jury to hear what she said back in September if she basically stating on a stand that she was not truthful about what she said back in September. So kind of like make it make sense. So why would any judge allow a jury to hear what she said back in September And she's saying currently on the stand that, hey, what I said on the record back in September when I was interviewed by whoever she was like officially interviewed by, what I said then, I was just lying. So it just made no sense. It made no sense. That witness, and the homeowner witness, those two was two. It's like a flip flop type of thing, you know. So yeah, that's that. And I think, like I stated, he has a Tory Lanez. And I stated in a previous video that I do believe that he has a strong appeals case. I really, really do believe that. So sentencing is scheduled for the 28th unless something has changed that I'm unaware of. I don't want to be out here providing misinformation or whatever the case may be, but I do believe sentencing is scheduled for Tory Lanez February 28th. And I'm going to do a little bit more digging and research to see what to possibly expect at his sentencing. I think his appeals attorney is supposed to be asking the judge about removing the I think gag order of him not being able to speak, which I just didn't understand that, and I didn't understand how his attorneys allowed that to happen during trial. Like I just I didn't. And maybe it was best for him from a attorney client situation. You know, you don't because you really didn't hear much from Tory Lanez publicly, only through his music. And to me, it wasn't. I mean, it's just a normal rapper rapping about whatever, you know. So I didn't see nothing huge or polarizing in his music. You know, he could be, you know, play on words, or he could be lying, or he could be telling someone else's story. Who knows, or whatever, because that's art. You know, it's artists, it's art. So you could be creative with your art. You know, it could be metaphors. You could use someone else's story and you could mix it with yours, whatever the case may be. So I just never understood why that was a big deal as well. His music, and he wasn't on. I didn't see him on, and I followed him. I do follow him. I followed him when he was doing a quarantine radio before all that situation happened. He was entertaining to me and funny and all of that, you know. And he's great, very creative, you know. So even before that situation, before he even, I guess, had a situation with two women, you know, player. I was tuning in to his quarantine radio because shoes, we were all on lockdown and I was bored. So and that was entertainment and funny and fun and all of that. I was entertained a lot on going on the internet with these celebrities and what they were doing at all. So even when they had the verses, that was entertaining to me. I was, you know, old school stuff. So nevertheless, I had been following Tory Lanez way before that situation even happened. It's just like it's whatever. So I don't understand in terms of what they were saying about him talking and how, you know, he never seemed to me to be that type of person to be out there talking unless it's something that I'm not aware of. Even before the situation, but it just seemed like he was funny. He was into his music. He was into girls shaking their, you know, they derrieres, and you know, he's young. He's a rock star. What the young guys do, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but what do you all think? Do you think Tory Lanez has a strong appeals case? Do you think that? I'm also going to, like I stated, do a video about what to possibly expect at the Tory Lanez sentencing. And like I stated before, I think his attorney is supposed to ask something about the gag order to be removed and probably something else too. So I'm going to do a separate video on that. And again, excuse me, you guys, I'm still a little under the weather. So I'm just going to try to get some rest tonight because I really didn't rest last night. I'm not sure what was going on. Probably because I was eating these chocolate covered espresso beans, which is so delicious. So it's like coffee, like espresso beans. So I think that kept me up. And I woke up and my throat was like a little bit more sore. Like it was a little worse than what it was. So I haven't really made a dent in trying to knock this head cold out. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry if I sound a little just down or whatever, but I wanted to get on here to kind of go over some things and do a recap about the Tory Lanez case. Like I said, he has David Kenner, Jose Baez, and Matthew Barhoma all are three top notch attorneys. And it seems like he has a great appeals team stacked. And I do agree with Jose Baez, attorney Jose Baez. There was some procedural errors. There was some errors, So, yeah, hopefully, and I think the common post trial motions will be probably filed too in Tory Lane's case before the appeal is actually officially filed. To my understanding, I don't. It's not like I know anything, but it's alleged that things is like working simultaneously. So you got these motions that's likely going to be filed, and you also have the appeal that's going to be in works too. But his appeals attorneys are looking at the transcripts and everything. So just stay tuned, you guys, because you just never know if there's any type of updates. Excuse me, if there's any type of updates, it could happen before sentencing. And again, sentencing is alleged to be scheduled for February 28th. So you just never know. You never know. Um, Lawyers, judges, everyone kind of works at their own pace. They have, I'm quite sure, hundreds of cases. So, if they get to one and they review it and things stand out that didn't stick out before and this and that, you breaking news. So as soon as I get updated information, I will bring it to you guys. Thank you all for tuning in to the mix. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Like, share, subscribe to the mix, to the mix, to the mix, you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get the comments go into the comment section. Let's get the discussion going. Do you believe Tory has a strong appeals team? Do you believe if there's going to be some post trial actions that will just grant him a new trial without even having to go the appeal route? So let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Let's continue to engage everyone respectfully. And thank you all for tuning into my channel. This is a mix, a mixture of subject matters, topics. I'm going to have a bit of this for this type of group of people, that type of group of people. This is just how I roll. I'm multifaceted here in my channel, from sports to celebrity news to legal to real estate to technology, religion, all of that, spirituality, fitness, all of that. I'm just a mix of things. That's why it's called the mix, you guys. So thank you all for tuning into my channel. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe to the mix. Let's get the discussion going. Talk to you all soon. Bye.